Today's broadcast presentation is the property of the National Sports Broadcast Network and NSBNsports.com. This broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or distributed in any form without the express written consent of NSBN. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. For permissions or licensing, please contact NSBN. We appreciate you tuning in. The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. NSBNsports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web.
We're about ready for kickoff in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as Orlando City B has joined us at Finley Stadium for a battle tonight between two of the top clubs in MLS Next Pro. Before we get underway, a look back at the win over Inter Miami for Chattanooga here at Erlanger Park in town the last time Chattanooga played at home.
Coach, just talk about that experience out there, first ever soccer game on a baseball field in Chattanooga.
Yeah, I think it was a good experience. Pardon me, my voice comes and goes. For the guys to show up and to perform in front of a crowd like that, atmosphere, everybody's close. It was very intimate, super loud, which is why I lost my voice. Had to yell across the field. So good experience for the guys. I think they enjoyed it, and obviously to get the win and to experience the fireworks after to top the night off was very good.
Talk about Eldon and just the trust and the level that he continues to play at, and 2 diving saves tonight and a few crosses claimed that were really dangerous. Just talk about his level at his age to keep going and playing high level.
Yeah, we know obviously with the work that he did last year, the best goalkeeper in the league, still has it. He's, sometimes he looks 10, 15 years younger, but no, very good. We rely on his experience a lot to lead the guys, but also to execute in key moments.
Alex, you scored the only goal on a soccer field, on a baseball field here in Chattanooga. What was that like?
Man, I love scoring goals wherever they are. The most important thing is that the team won and that everybody who came out for the 4th of July enjoyed the experience, and we got the big 3 points.
And what was this experience like? A unique experience really for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love playing a game on the 4th of July? One of the best days of the year. Love playing in front of our fans here in Chattanooga. They're great, so everybody on the team really loved being here and spending the 4th with everybody at the club.
A regular season record, over 6,000 fans here. I mean, you could feel the energy. The fans were, way more on top of you than you used to. What was that atmosphere like?
It was incredible. Like, as a player, playing professionally, all you want to do is play in front of as many fans as possible. So getting 6,000 people out here from Chattanooga, they really got behind us and really helped us to get the 3 points today.
What helps you finish those type of goals? Just you had to get a left on that one, just any flick of the ball there. Just talk about finishing in tight quarters like that.
Well, I had a coach when I was younger who just told me, all you got to do as a attacker is score goals. So it doesn't matter how you score them. Get in between the goalposts and get, whether it's your butt or your head on it, you got to get something on it so it goes in. So just try to get to the right spot and get anything on it so that you score.
Have you watched any, do you have any favorite players you've ever watched, just their finishing ability too, and kind of taken from them even to your game?
Yeah, I mean, right now, Holland's a big guy that I like to watch. He's amazing. But when I was growing up, I was a big fan of Wayne Rooney at Man United. He was incredible. He could score any type of way. So when I was learning the game, I tried to learn to play the way he did.
It felt like you subbed in and scored right away. Was that a design play, or was there a method to that madness?
Well, not really. One of the coaches told me, if we get a corner, go get your fat head on a ball. So I went in. It wasn't my head. It was my big toe, but anything to get the goal.
And what was it like after the game to have that celebratory fireworks show, take a deep breath, realize the moment. You just got a victory. It's 4th of July, and you're enjoying a fireworks show with all of Chattanooga.
I mean, man, who doesn't love the fireworks on the 4th of July? I mean, growing up in small town America, it's what we live for. I'm big Patriot. So
that is Alex Krell, and before him, head coach Richard Dixon talking about the win last time at home over Inter Miami 2. That was at Erlanger Park. Soccer at the baseball diamond, a big win, and it has helped Chattanooga reach unprecedented heights in the table at this stage of the season. More on where they're at in the table, the significance of this battle against Orlando City B, and so much more in just a moment. After we hear the sights and sounds replayed, this is what the match and the big win sounded like at Erlanger Park. At Erlanger Park, it's Pro-Side Soccer this 4th of July, the 250th anniversary of Independence Day in the United States. The red, white, and blue out in force in celebration in Tennessee as we have what is a sold-out crowd at Erlanger Park, the first ever soccer match inside of the brand new MILB ballpark. Right now, Chattanooga Football Club making their way out onto the pitch for their battle against Inter Miami CF2 tonight on the 4th of July. Set inside, nodded around, and it's pinball through for Chattanooga. Chattanooga breaks the deadlock. It's 1-0, CFC in Tennessee. What a great crowd in Tennessee for the beautiful game. Full time for Chattanooga Football Club, a 1-0 victory in Tennessee in front of a regular season record crowd, 6,107 in their home of the scenic city, Chattanooga, Tennessee. That was the moment last time at home, the big win for Chattanooga at Erlanger Park. But last time out, over the weekend, Carolina Core lost a shootout to this Chattanooga Football Club. These are the highlights from Vista World Link.
Dangerous in and around the attacking third. Catavan has 7 goals this season, including a goal last match against CT United, the only goal that Carolina Core scored in that match. For Chattanooga, it's Eldin Jakubovic getting the start once again. He has started now 17 of 18 matches this season, the reigning MLS Next Pro goalkeeper of the year. Chattanooga in the blues as Thomas Rambolt gets us underway. It was a match played at Erlanger Park, which is a baseball stadium, and there was a club record over 6,000 fans in attendance for that win back on July 4th. Here's a promising moment as it's played back centrally, and it's turned away. Chaya finds Alex McGrath. McGrath pings it through for Sorensen. It's centering feed is put home. In the final moments of this first 45, Alex Krell's breakout season rolls on. And we are now in a lightning delay in High Point, North Carolina. 1-0 the score in the final moments of the first 45. Chattanooga leads Carolina Core. And we are underway. 45 minutes remain. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We are back in High Point, North Carolina. 1-0 lead for Chattanooga. Though they're looking for more as Barker John scoops up the loose change. Damian Barker John, no numbers, but he takes it himself. It's Barker John! Corner kick coming. That's tracked down by Rambolt. Rambolt goes down in the area, and a whistle. Penalty kick on the way. Chattanooga versus Jakubovic to draw level in the 61st. Chattanooga sneaks it through. Jones strikes it long. Second ball claimed by Robertson, though. Swinehart pops it away. Here we go. Final seconds of stoppage time. A surge from Carolina Core as it's skipped to Jakupovic. You'll have to do better than that. Carolina Core player facing Eldin Jakupovic. Reigning goalkeeper of the year in the league. And it's missed. Lundin nowhere close to the penalty spot.
So the match ended in a draw. It goes to a shootout, and this is the winning save from Eldin Jakupovic. Kaiser must keep the Foxes alive. He has to make this. It's 4-2 Chattanooga. Shuffles, fires, it's wide. Chattanooga wins. Chattanooga wins the shootout. They take 2 points on the road in North Carolina. At Truist Point, Chattanooga Football Club wins, and Eldin daps it up with a young fan to wrap up the day. What a performance by Chattanooga Football Club on the road, hanging on from a late...
This is Chattanooga. One city, one club. 16 years ago, you built something real.
3-0 Chattanooga Football Club.
A club founded and owned by the people, rooted in the heart of Chattanooga.
Bicycle kick, he scores!
For the city, for the community, for us.
Chattanooga way out in front at home.
But everyone doesn't do it the Chattanooga way. We have roots, history, purpose. No matter what came at us, you stood up for CFC. Finley Stadium became a home. Chattanooga stood tall, decided we're always better together. Why try to divide a family? All are welcome here, but there's only one Chattanooga, and there's only one Chattanooga Football Club. This is where legends rise. This is where the real Chattanooga grows stronger. When they step onto our pitch, make them feel a city united under one crest. They say the sincerest form of flattery is imitation. So thank you for recognizing that what we have is something that you want. CFC was built, not bought.
In Chattanooga, Tennessee, it is time for kickoff between Chattanooga Football Club and Orlando City B. Thanks so much for joining us, and welcome inside of the stadium. I'm Gabriel Schry for one of the best matchups you'll have this week in soccer around the nation, a really crucial one for these two clubs, and I'll tell you exactly why in just a moment after we get started and meet the starting lineups of these two sides. Kickoff just seconds away. Chattanooga is going to be wearing their home blues with white stripes, all yellow and purple accents on the road for Orlando City B. Juan Rojas starting between the sticks. The back line, Tahir Reed Brown, Clovis Archange, Titus Sandy Jr., and Landon Okonski. They're going to run a 4-2-3-1. In midfield, Harana, Judelson, and Gomez. Caraballo, Bogaderi, and Lyon on the front line, striking today for Orlando City B. And with that horn, we are underway between Orlando and Chattanooga as this is sailed long over the top, and Chattanooga will have to rove back for the football. Chattanooga, a familiar starting 11 today on their home turf. Jakupovic between the sticks. The back line is anchored by Chayav Hanchard, Sarsar Cairo, and Sorensen. In midfield, it's Robertson, McGrath, Jones. And striking, Daniel Mangaram, Alexander Krell, and Damian Barker John for Chattanooga Football Club. Ball out through to midfield. Orlando working it to their back line, and now finesse to the keeper. Playing some keep away with Chattanooga Football Club. CFC is way up on the front third. Now Orlando, 2 quick passes out beyond midfield. Long roller of the boys in yellow down to the final third on the other end of the pitch. They're on the attack as they go left to right. Skeetered out front of the penalty arc, through into the 18, left off. Chattanooga able to clear this out of there. Hanchard knifes that away and sails it toward the midfield stripe. Banging, battling behind the center field line. This is stolen and cleared by Orlando from Damian Barker-John. Well played by Judelson. Judelson was all over that. The Ghanaian making trouble for Chattanooga. Taking a quick moment to talk before the throw-in. Ball to be thrown in by Titus Sandy Jr., the North Carolinian. And a great center back for Orlando City. Taken by Chattanooga immediately. Mangadov on the move. He'll hit the brakes just outside of the final third and dish this all the way back to midfield and Sorensen. Center field circle. Flipped from the midfield circle. This is a long ball, and it's out of the reach of Crowell, who scored a beaut last time Chattanooga played here in the Scenic City. He's been really, really fantastic this season. Chattanooga back on the attack. Ball is taken up and possessed on the back line by Orlando City B. Young Lions trying to make some trouble. Chattanooga's unbeaten streak, 6 matches in a row. They rolled through June, now halfway done with the month of July, and threatening to escape 2 months in a row unbeaten. Chattanooga, we're still just getting started and scoreless in this one in the midst of our 4th minute. Down near the back third. Pinballed away from Orlando. Flick to the keeper who clears this to midfield. Chattanooga takes it out of the air, but can't possess as Orlando will be able to get this through vacant space. Quick 5 passes keeps CFC from making anything happen. Ball will be taken by Farid Sarsar, who dishes it to Hanchard. He'll try the other side and Sorensen. Chattanooga kept that streak going in a 1-1 draw in the midst of a thunderous storm in Carolina against the Core. The Foxes played them to that 1-1 draw and lost the shootout. Chattanooga hung on 4-2 for an extra point. CFC services long over the top for the 6. Too much on it as it rolls through the wing. Almost off on the touchline. Orlando City B. The Floridians to the back line. Now from the corner, Orlando tries to knife this through. Banged around and somehow to midfield, Hanchard. Dished across by Robertson. Tate will get it right back from Mangadov. Daniel steps around a defender, left off by Alex McGrath. Robertson gonna air this out, and Orlando easily intercepts. OCB sends this forward, and Chattanooga takes it right back. Orlando's got a really young roster. Chattanooga down the right touchline, through the wing at the 18, tries to go to the spot, and Orlando takes it away. OCB 1-2 quick passes, pinballed off a defender. Now through midfield, a foot race that Chattanooga will win, and Sarsar dishes this all the way back to the keeper, Eldine. Alex Krell scored his 11th league goal of the season. He's the runner-up right now in MLS Next Pro's Golden Boot race. Chattanooga's record for goals in a season set by Mehdi Wamri just 2 seasons ago when he put up a dozen scores. He's still playing internationally, having a really rewarding career. Chattanooga recently just completed a loan, one of their most notable transfers in club history, the center forward Keegan Anselin, a product that came to them from West Florida. Came highly recommended, highly touted out of Jacksonville originally. The 6'4" man sent on to Ireland to play some ball, and here's hoping he continues his development. Once a Blue, always a Blue, the longtime saying of the club. Quick conversation between our fourth official and head coach Richard Dixon as we have a collision and our referee doing some traffic copping near midfield. Shay Lane, our referee today, assisted by Ben Reigel and Andrew Stefanik. Dan Benson, the fourth official, who is working with Richard Dixon down along the touchline. The throw-in will be from right on top of the midfield stripe, delivered by Titus Sandy. North Carolina native tried to fit that through. Chattanooga finds this on the back line. 14 points of the last 18 available have fallen into the pocket of Chattanooga Football Club. 8 wins and 5 losses, 5 draws with 4 shootout wins. That's good for 33 points. 4th in the Eastern Conference. And wouldn't you know it, the club just ahead of them is Orlando City B. Here's a long feed through midfield, connected. Mangodov sends it for the 18, too much. It's going to roll down to the opposing touchline and be gathered in the corner all the way down on the opposing side on the left. Chattanooga, 1-2 passes back inside of the edge of the wing. CFC in those Navy kits wants to step around the defender. Dribble, 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 knifes to the front of the penalty arc, poked away by Orlando, but regathered in vacant space for Chattanooga. Hanchard just beyond the circle, long winding feed forward to Robertson. Steps around a defender, and this is knotted away by Orlando. Popped into the air and controlled by the Lions. Young Lions through the circle, stolen by Chattanooga. Sticky boots as Tate Robertson hauls this in. He's looking for somewhere to dish the ball and gives it off to Mangodov. Daniel works his way to the edge of the wing, out front of the 18-yard box, sidesteps the defender and leaves it off. Robertson. Good rotation by Chattanooga. They're patient and comfortable in the attacking third. CFC goes all the way back to the center field stripe. Hanchard. Finesse that across the circle. And the ball returns all the way to the keeper, LD. Jakupovic is going to sky this long over the top. Pinballs to the keeper, and he gloves it to wrap up the 9th minute. We're scoreless between these two. Orlando somehow gets it through midfield and more. They're moving quick. Pedro sends it into the 18 near the end line, and it's regathered by Orlando. Chattanooga, good work defensively. A nice hustle play by Farid. Sandy Jr. goes in front of the area, and Chattanooga has got him locked down. A traditional park of the bus, if you will. Everybody loaded up inside of the 18-yard box. Third and final meeting between these two sides in the 2026 regular season. Teams have split the results so far. Orlando down the touchline on the close side of the corner. Dribbles and sends it inside where it's poked away by Chattanooga. Aerial ball volleyed twice before it's taken down by OCB. Young Lions rotate this across just in front of the wing. And Chattanooga's got too much solidity on the edge of the area. They're going to have to retreat a bit before trying again. Wants to knife it through, somehow poked to the end line where it's gathered by Orlando. In front of the 18, along the edge of the 6, back into the wing, and hammered away by Chattanooga. This comes off the brickwork and bounces out of row A before we'll have a quick throw in, and we're back underway between Orlando and Chattanooga, who's back at a defensive shell. Chattanooga won the first match between these two 3-1. That was on April 11th. Then Orlando took it 5-2 on May 31st. Orlando down the left touchline into the final third in the 18. It's taken away by Chattanooga, but mistouched. And this thing is off for an OCB throw-in. Gonna send him way down near the corner. still trying to direct traffic. Shea is not happy. 12th minute has arrived. We're still scoreless between Orlando and Chattanooga, which somehow feels surprising considering these two have combined for 10 goals already in 2 matches this season. It's a wild thought. All the way behind midfield, Orlando on top of the football. Chattanooga led by head coach Richard Dixon. He's the interim lead man along the touchline for this side as Sandy Brown is working it down through towards the wing, and it's sent off to Chattanooga. Dixon, originally from Jamaica, a former Chattanooga FC star. He's an incredible guy. This community loves Richard Dixon. 3rd most all-time appearances for Chattanooga, 73. Scored a goal during his career here. Played 6,500 minutes. Came from the University of West Florida, just like Mr. Anselin, who was just transferred. 2015, he signed with St. Louis. 37 appearances, 2,900 minutes there. Then 2 years with Oklahoma City Energy. 54 appearances, a couple of assists, 4,000 minutes, and wrapped up his pro side playing career with Chattanooga, where he's now the head coach. We played a dozen minutes, and as Chattanooga tries to fight this through to the end line, their man is sent to the turf, and the call against CFC, so it's goal kick. Orlando's young Lions are led by a coach who came from the academy. He was the U18 man. 24 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws for Edward Wilding meant that he was going to be named the next head coach in April of this year. Ball through from midfield. Eldine has to come way out for it and able to float this over the top and sky it away. A dangerous moment. Chattanooga rotates a couple of times. Down the touchline goes CFC. Left off for the end line. Mangarov out front, and it's hammered away from the 6-yard box and harmlessly skeeters out of play. Wilding, a 31-year-old, has multiple licenses, more than a decade of coaching experience already. Started with Colorado Rapids, worked with Barcelona Residency, UCF, Nova Southeastern, and now a crucial piece for the OCB Lions. And they put a lot of effort in developing young talent. A lot of these guys are academy products that they've pulled up to play in MLS Next Pro. A very young roster and a lot of promising faces here we're going to get to know over the next decade of pro-side soccer in the States. Pulled in and flicked inside by Chattanooga on the long feed. Sent over the top to the back door, nodded away by Orlando. Now a chance to clear it from the wing as Chattanooga's there and knocked off. Intentionally brushed out of play by Chattanooga, so the ball to Orlando. Wrapped up our 14th minute, still scoreless. Pushed off intentionally. Richard Dixon called this a good team. Good with the ball, very organized in attacking structure, and they value tight, short, intricate possession with a lot of rotation. We're seeing a ton of rotation for these guys, both sides, more than usual. Aerial play over the top, looks like a satellite arcing around the earth before it comes down, and in the final third, it's taken away by Chattanooga. Back and forth before it's hammered over the top long. Knotted through center field circle. Chattanooga chasing Orlando. Their man goes down, and the call immediately. Richard Dixon arguing for his Chattanooga FC. And our referee not having it. Chattanooga, the biggest jump in the league in the latest edition of the Power Rankings. MLS Next Pro moved them from 10th to 5th in MLS. Ball is being moved around behind midfield by Orlando as they're trying to draw Chattanooga out of position. They're on a 3-match unbeaten streak of their own. One place above Chattanooga in the Eastern Conference. Both teams on 33 points. Goal difference is why Orlando is ahead of Chattanooga. Young Lions coming off a 2-1 win at Cincinnati. Sent long from midfield, and the keeper gloves it up. Juan Rojas makes the play for Orlando City B. Well beyond a quarter of an hour gone, where we're scoreless in the 17th minute between Chattanooga and Orlando. Issa Harana scored this past Sunday, and Chattanooga takes this away just on the edge of the final third. Long feed and mistouched. It's lost and taken by Orlando. Chattanooga wants the call, and they won't get it. Orlando out of their own back third, trying to penetrate midfield. They're going to have to rotate to clear it. And now a call. Shea, our referee, stopping play for a moment. Pedro Leon leads the way in scoring for Orlando. This is his 17th appearance of the season. A 20-year-old forward from Brazil, 7 goals scored already in those 17 appearances. He's been red hot. Newcomer to the pro side game. Really important part of the development of Orlando City B as an organization, though. They're thrilled to have him, and they know he's got a bright future. Ball moved around just a couple of times. And Orlando on the back line. 19th minute, just getting started. Going to try to cross behind midfield. Everybody streaks down towards the final third on Chattanooga's end. CFC, a good play defensively at midfield. Krell tries to get the steal and won't, as it's kept away by Landon Okonski. Okonski, another player who came up from the academy through to the pro side ranks. OCB on the move. Young Lions leave it off down to the left side of the 18. Centering feed knocked away by Farid Sarsar. And Chattanooga possesses this beyond the wing, clearing it behind the midfield stripe. Now sent forward and through. 3-on-4. Chattanooga's got possession. Alex McGrath takes it left side of the penalty arc. What a bend and save. An unreal save by Juan Rojas to open the 20th minute. A laser strike by the captain from Spennymoor. Alex McGrath, who's scored 5 already this season and been hampered by injury, lights off a lightning bolt that is just barely tipped away by the keeper. Chattanooga going to have the corner as we're going to wrap up this 20th minute, still scoreless. Only 3 bodies in front of the 6-yard box. He'll just send it on inside of the corner down near the touchline. Cut to the end line, and a feed is knocked away intentionally by Orlando City. Mangarov set to deliver another corner. Here's the bend long over the top, knotted out of the 6, away from the sticks. In front of the arc, gathered by Orlando and hammered through the air. It'll go all the way well beyond midfield in the reach of Chayup before it's off and Chattanooga ball. sent long. And this is gathered by Juan Rojas on the backside. Effortless. Keegan Anselin, the transfer from Chattanooga Football Club, joined the League of Ireland Premier Division side. Drogheda United on loan for the rest of the year. He signed with Chattanooga in December of 2024, ahead of the 25 MLS Next Pro season. Had a memorable debut when he started and scored within 2 minutes on kickoff in Inter Miami CF2. 37 league appearances across 2 seasons, scored 4 goals, provided a pair of assists. He's been a valuable contributor over the last 2 seasons. Sebastian Geraldo very happy with his contributions, and a loan to Drogheda United is an exciting opportunity for him to continue to develop. It's a landmark for Chattanooga FC. It's the first ever outgoing and international loan. It reflects the progress Chattanooga has made in creating meaningful pathways for athletes and strong relationships domestically and internationally. Ball's going to roll all the way through to the final third and harmlessly over the end line. It's pretty unreal to see Chattanooga continue to develop as a club and a pathway. CFC now the 18th oldest club that has continually operated in the United States. Think of all the Division II clubs in the USL Championship, all the MLS clubs, and Chattanooga, the 18th longest continually operating, longer than many of those clubs, now making international loans. Chattanooga long ball. This is going to be fired from the left side and goes wide of the stick. Taken in and blistered. Daniel Mangarov just goes wide. Juan Rojas was ready to make the play. He dove for it, but no need to do so. Chattanooga will have the corner. Orlando City B comes here looking to continue a come-from-behind story when they won the second matchup of the year. Sent on from the corner, now to the end line. 6-yard box, it's cleared away by Orlando. Chattanooga will throw in again. Orlando City B positions this as we came back from an early loss in the series. They lead their press release and preview with the 5-2 win, talking about how they'd like to do that again. Also mentioned specifically Leon's success against Chattanooga. CFC throws in, it's knocked around a couple of times, and now well behind midfield in our 25th minute, the keeper going to regather Jakupovic for Chattanooga. Dished across, Chiap doesn't like it. Eves, now Hancher. Still back line for Chattanooga. They try the midfielder, and it's stolen by Orlando City B. Danger as this is offside. Chattanooga's Jakupovic is way out there. Just offside, a sigh of relief for Chattanooga. Jakupovic has a word with Shea Lane, the referee. Lane lets them play on, as that'll wrap up our 25th minute where we're scoreless between these two sides in MLS Next Pro soccer action. It's number 3 and number 4 in the Eastern Conference, both with 33 points. And one of them walking away out ahead. Chattanooga looking to move this beyond midfield. There's a good feed to Chiap. Eves skies this over the top, right down the touchline. It's gathered there. Barker John, dribble, knifes his way to the end line, steps back from the corner, left off inside of the 18. He'll take it back, and it's poked out of there by Orlando. Big collision, and the Young Lions send it towards midfield. Orlando City B rotating to their back line, and from the end line, they've got possession where they give it to Juan Rojas. Orlando City B has scored 39 goals this season. That's through just 18 matches. That's good for second in MLS Next Pro, only behind Crown Legacy. Chattanooga's got the ball right now behind midfield on their back line. Farid. Cross, Hanchard, another delivery. Sorensen and Hanchard playing pitch and catch. Hanchard tries this. Didn't like what he was seeing. Skied from midfield toward the final third for Chattanooga. Pinballed around and possessed by Orlando. The Floridians. Center field circle, dished through. Florida's Lions tag it up, dished across. Good delivery down for the likes of Caraballo. He's going to work all the way down into the wing with it alongside the 18. Wants to service, and there's a lot of pressure. He gives it off to Sandy. Sandy inside, a good pass forward to Judelson. Dylan Judelson wants to go out front of the arc. Chattanooga takes it away. Here's a good feed forward for Alex Krell's on the move. Krell and Chattanooga through midfield down to the final third. Left off in the 18, and the keeper runs down Chattanooga's man. Stolen away from Barker John, and it remains a clean sheet and scoreless as we are midway through our 28th minute. Orlando City B from midfield, down into the 18, backdoor feed, poked over the top, and how did he do it? Orlando City B, an unbelievable play, popped over the top for the score down to the 18. What a wild counter. Leon scores. Watching the replay now on the video board in the venue.
The official has indicated for a hydration break here.
They're going to take a hydration break, so we will as well. I'm going to have a glass of water. When we come back, more in what has been a good battle so far between Orlando's Young Lions and Chattanooga FC. It's 1-0 Orlando.
How can you measure the value of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning, they're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades, they're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater, becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs. And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
Everyone can help keep our roads safe. When I'm making a wide turn in my bus, I'll remember to be careful. Please give me plenty of space to finish my turn before you drive ahead. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Another teenager, victim to fake pills bought from social media. This doesn't seem like a drug deal, but it definitely is. Should buying prescription pills be that easy? Many fake pills contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. So listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real. Brought to you by USPTO and the National Crime Prevention Council.
This is the National Sports Broadcast Network. Free and live sports from NSBNsports.com.
Delivered perfectly to the back of the net.
Now we go back to Gabriel Schreier for more live coverage.
Chattanooga starting with possession after the hydration break, and we're getting back underway in the 32nd minute. It is currently 1-0 Orlando City B after a wild score by Leon. From the naked eye, it looked like offside to me. We rolled it back here in the press box, and that was definitely onside at the time of the pass. Wild score. Orlando just poked it over the top, kind of like a baby bicycle, if you will. Little floater for Leon, hanging out there, and he also kind of flips it forward, and there's nothing Chattanooga could do. CFC down into the final third tries to service this inside. Orlando clears it away. Young Lions fighting for possession. This is going to be healed through. Oh boy, 3-on-2 for Orlando. They've got possession down into the wing on the close side. Cuts it through into the 18. 3 defenders there, dispossessed and cleared from the spot by Chattanooga. CFC gets it out of there in the 33rd minute. It's 1-0 Orlando. Orlando tries to regather. Dished across the front of the center field circle. Belgadere named the MLS Next Pro Rising Star of Match Week 19. Here's a long feed over the top as Eldin Jakupovic gathers it. He scored a 75th minute goal in the Lions' 2-1 victory over FC Cincinnati. It's his second Rising Star selection of the season. Earned it in Match Week 14 as well. Leon just scored his 8th goal of the season a few moments ago for the Young Lions, and the side in purple, the Floridians, leading 1-0. Chattanooga tries their own back line. They're on their 18-yard box. Forward for McGrath, who leaves it off for Hanchard. Mangarov, a pump and a delivery to the Spennymoor native, the Englishman. Back line for the Argentinian. Across, down to the touchline, Chattanooga. Center field stripe, Isaiah Jones. Long ball through for the 18. Rushing forward is Krell, who's got it on side in the wing. Alex Krell wants to work his way into the area and leaves it off out front. Chattanooga. Shot goes just wide left. They're saying it was touched by Orlando. They won't get the call. McGrath was right there. (1-0) Orlando as we are late in the 35th minute between these two sides. Orlando taking their time getting this out of the back third. Trying to create some action for themselves. Now moving. Still just in front of their own 18. Center field circle on a quick long feed. Orlando down the left touchline just beyond the wing. Young Lions to the 18, through to the end line and fires a shot that's stopped by Eldine. Jakupovic throws his right hip to the turf and makes the play. That opens the 37th minute where it's 1-0 Orlando. Corner coming from the far side for Orlando City B. Sent on near the corner, down the touchline, out front of the wing by the Lions. Orlando City B down into the 18, knocked away by Chattanooga's Alex Krell. Well played defensively. Krell boots that off, not having any funny business. Orlando will have another set piece. Back-to-back corners from the far side, everybody down on the right end of the pitch. Sent on, Chattanooga clears it out of there. Orlando skies to the far wing. And ball's off. Quick call. 1-0 Orlando late in the 38th minute. First half burning on between these two sides. And Chattanooga will try to cross the back line. Down beyond midfield, Daniel Mangarov takes it down the left touchline. And as he goes too far, that's offside. Juan Rojas walks it way out before he'll deliver the kick. Keeper taking his time. And Juan Rojas will hammer this long over the top in the 39th minute. Chattanooga on the back line. Can't clear it away. Young Lions have the ball in front of the 18. Knifed it through before Chattanooga delivers this carefully back to their keeper. Well played defensively. Jakupovic distributes across to Chayep. Eves. Two quick passes across that back line. Hanchard. Maybe some danger for Chattanooga as keeper comes out, Jakupovic, to deliver that to the back line again. Orlando playing up with a lot of pressure. Chattanooga trying to get this through to midfield. Hanchard centered that and sent it long as Tate Robertson vying for possession. Skied down the touchline and off. Sent long, gathered by Chattanooga. CFC just from the edge of the final third fires a shot. It's regathered in the 18 by Chattanooga. Now Orlando steals it away and looking to clear. 41st minute, halfway gone. It's 1-0 Orlando, and they do clear it from their back third. Chattanooga gathers on that back line and centers it up to Jakupovic. Eldine to Hanchard. 20 yards back from midfield, taking their time. Sent across, and this does roll off. Striking for the end line, centering ball knocked away. Pinballed into the air again, and cleared over the top. Hauled in by Chattanooga. Two quick passes for CFC. This is now delivered down to Tate Robertson, who feeds it long over the top for Chattanooga. CFC, Alex McGrath, a long bend battered away by Juan Rojas. Chattanooga regathers in the 18. Out front, Barker John, a laser strike is one-handed over into the brickwork. Rojas selling out in Chattanooga for Orlando City B. How in the world? So acrobatic. That wraps up the 42nd minute, opens the 43rd with a corner for Chattanooga. They trail 1-0 to the Young Lions. Two insane saves for Juan Rojas. Fiscally responsible bank account savings on hand and on tap with Juan Rojas between the sticks. 43rd to become the 44th corner coming from the close side for Chattanooga. Sent long and battered away, two-handed. Couple of volleys, it's cleared from the spot. Chattanooga couldn't connect. Knifed through. Orlando City B beyond midfield where it's taken up. On the move, Caraballo dribbling his way for the 18. Through into there, and defensively McGrath protects this. It rolls off and back to Chattanooga. .44th minute, about to become the 45th, where it's 1-0 Orlando City B. Sent long over the top. Rojas nods it away. He comes way out to make the play. In the face of pressure, Chattanooga will throw in. CFC throws back toward midfield. Sorensen lets it go by. Chattanooga bends this over the top and takes it down in the wing. Sidesteps the defender into the 18. Rolling it out front towards the penalty arc where it's knifed away, and the Young Lions clear it out of there. A fight for the ball. Both go down. No call by a referee as this is screamed off. And look out up in row B. Almost takes out a fan with that one. Throw-in coming for the Young Lions. 45th minute about to wrap up as waiting to see what kind of added time we'll have on half one. Fourth official was in the midst of a conversation with Chattanooga's Richard Dixon. Here's the signal. 3 minutes of added time on half one, as we played 3/4 of an hour between Chattanooga and Orlando City B.
A minimum of 3 minutes added time for the first half.
Long delivery. This has got too much and rolls off. misfired. Midfield, Chattanooga with the ball. CFC just beyond the stripe. They're 10 yards into Orlando City B's side in the 47th minute. Here's a bend long that's collected down on the edge of the wing. Roped once, then twice into the air. Orlando with it for the moment. Vying for possession. Chattanooga gets it, but loses it immediately in front of the 18. Young Lions, Caraballo. They'll sky this thing over the top, well beyond midfield. And Orlando City B a little too much sauce as this is back to Chattanooga. Chattanooga trailing 1-0 as the 47th minute becomes the 48th. And Juan Rojas goal kick. Taking his time, moving this to the edge of the area and putting us back underway. And that's exactly what he does with a long drop kick beyond the center field stripe. Fought around a defender, and this is blown dead. Knocked around a couple of times at midfield. That should about finish up added time on half one. Referee signals to send us to the break between these two. After a wild first half, it's 1-0 Orlando City B as the number 3 team in the Eastern Conference leads the number 4 team 1-0. Chattanooga at home will look to respond after a knockdown, drag-out first half in Tennessee. Can they get one back? Can they make this thing interesting? I'm certain they will. The second half promises to be a race to the finish line. Thanks for tuning in and looking forward to having you for half two. Analysis, thoughts, stats, and more in a moment right here.
The last class of the day for my student athletes isn't English, science, or math. It's school sports, where the #1 priority is teaching, just like every other classroom. As their coach, I help them grow as leaders and become better people, preparing them for the game and, more importantly, for life. That's why the best wins are the lessons they learn, which will impact them long after their playing days are over. Encourage your student to participate in school sports.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Looking for something fun for the whole family? Chattanooga FC has you covered. Bring everyone out to Finley Stadium for a night full of energy, excitement, and so much to do. It's a place where fans of all ages can come together and be part of something special. From the first whistle to the final moment, there's always something happening. Make it a night to remember with Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com.
Come on, Liam, let's go! Get open! Come on, go for it! Wake up! Wake up, Liam! Oh, come on, use your head! Gotta want it! Dominate!
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. And SBNSports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web.
Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a Real ID. Because in order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a Real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your Real ID at tsa.gov/RealID. That's tsa.gov/RealID. Or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff.
Hello, I'm Kevin, President of the Dementia Society of America. Request our free guide. It includes information on brain health checkups and much more. Go to 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call 1-800-DEMENTIA. Your brain will thank you.
How can you measure the value of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning, they're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades, they're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater, becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs. And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The action doesn't stop when the game ends. Stay connected with Chattanooga FC all season long. Follow along for highlights, behind-the-scenes moments, and exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. Catch the biggest plays, the best goals, and the stories that matter most. Be part of the conversation and stay close to the club every single day. Follow Chattanooga FC on social media and never miss a moment. ChattanoogaFC.com.
Meet Keith, loving dad, board game champ, bus driving pro.
I drive 65,000 miles in my bus each year. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like how there are some things I simply can't see. On my route the other day, a car tried to sneak past me and ends up right in my blind spot. I turned slowly, so accident avoided. But no car should be in the blind spot for a 40,000-pound bus. It's our roads. It's our safety.
Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
Rep your club. Rep your city. Chattanooga FC gear is the perfect way to show your pride every day. From t-shirts and hats to scarves and more, there's something for every fan. Whether you're at the match or out around town, you can wear the badge with pride. Stand out in the crowd and be part of the movement that makes this club special. Gear up today and take Chattanooga FC with you wherever you go. Shop now and represent Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com.
When I started school sports, I didn't know who I wanted to be. I just wanted to play.
But looking back, I developed character, resilience, and integrity. And now I'm settled in a career. I'm a leader to my own kids and my community. I know who I am and where I belong, and it started with school sports. I found my place. Find yours.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
Everyone can help keep our roads safe. When I'm making a wide turn in my bus, I'll remember to be careful. Please give me plenty of space to finish my turn before you drive ahead. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Another teenager, victim to fake pills bought from social media. This doesn't seem like a drug deal, but it definitely is. Should buying prescription pills be that easy? Many fake pills contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. So listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real. Brought to you by USPTO and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Do you know a veteran in need? Nation's Finest, through the VA's Supportive Services for Veteran Families program, helps veterans and their families struggling with rent, employment, and other housing-related costs. Today, Nation's Finest operates more than 30 locations in California, Arizona, and Nevada, helping thousands of veterans every year. Visit nationsfinest.org or call 1-833-468-9676. That's 1-833-468-9676.
Everyone can help keep our roads safe. When I'm driving my truck, I'll remember to check my mirrors for smaller vehicles. And when you're on the road, try to avoid lingering in my blind spots. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
Become a part of the Chattanooga FC family. Season tickets are available now, offering you the best seats and exclusive perks. Enjoy priority access, special events, and much more. Whether you're a die-hard fan or new to the game, there's a place for you with CFC. Visit cfctix.com and secure your season tickets today. Together, we're unstoppable. And together, we make every game an event to remember. Chattanooga FC, where loyalty meets passion.
The last class of the day for my student athletes isn't English, science, or math. It's school sports, where the #1 priority is teaching, just like every other classroom. As their coach, I help them grow as leaders and become better people, preparing them for the game and, more importantly, for life. That's why the best wins are the lessons they learn, which will impact them long after their playing days are over. Encourage your student to participate in school sports. This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Looking for something fun for the whole family? Chattanooga FC has you covered. Bring everyone out to Finley Stadium for a night full of energy, excitement, and so much to do. It's a place where fans of all ages can come together and be part of something special. From the first whistle to the final moment, there's always something happening. Make it a night to remember with Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com.
Come on, Liam, let's go! Get open! Come on, go for it! Wake up! Wake up, Liam! Oh, come on, use your head! Gotta want it! Dominate!
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. And ESPNSports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web.
Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a Real ID. Because in order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a Real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your Real ID at tsa.gov/RealID. That's tsa.gov/RealID, or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff.
Hello, I'm Kevin, President of the Dementia Society of America. Request our free guide. It includes information on brain health checkups and much more. Go to 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call 1-800-DEMENTIA. Your brain will thank you.
How can you measure the value of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning, they're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades, they're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater, becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs. And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This is the National Sports Broadcast Network. Free and live sports from NSBNsports.com.
Delivered perfectly to the back of the net.
Now we go back to Gabriel Schrei for more live coverage.
Second half about to kick off. It's the number 3 and number 4 team in the Eastern Conference. 1-0 Orlando City B lead at the end of one half. 3/4 of an hour gone. 3/4 of an hour to go. 5 shots to 2. Chattanooga has put more on the sticks. 3-2 on goal, Chattanooga. 1 blocked shot by Jakupovic. Juan Rojas hasn't blocked any shots statistically. He's been unreal after one half of play. Total passes 236, Chattanooga 201 for the Floridians. And the accuracy, both clubs at 87%. 4 corners for Chattanooga, 2 for Orlando, 4 crosses for Chattanooga, 3 for Orlando City B. We're ready to go. Half number 2 coming in just a moment between these two sides. It's 1-0 Orlando City B. Chattanooga looking to keep the unreal streak they've had dating back through to the start of June going with a big win at home. Would love, love, love to see themselves continue to power through to victories. Obviously, Orlando City looking to snap a 6-match unbeaten skid. For the moment, they're in the process of doing that and protecting third place in MLS Next Pro's Eastern Conference. Chattanooga starts the second half with possession of the football. Our referee, a quick look, checks the watch, and we are underway with half 2 between Chattanooga and Orlando City B. Long ball skied over the top, floated away immediately. In the second half, Chattanooga working left to right, Orlando right to left. CFC with possession behind midfield. Farid Sarsar takes it up. Strafing his way forward. Nothing doing there. Gonna have to retreat and reset to some degree. Ball is sent over the top and collected by Orlando, and on the back line, they're working with it. Orlando going to try to come to the close side from right to left down toward the touchline. And the ball is off, so it'll have to be thrown in by OCB. Last touched by Chattanooga. 47th minute, halfway gone. It's 1-0 Orlando. Back to the keeper. Rojas working with the football. He's been electric for Orlando today. Pressure coming from Chattanooga as he does deal this across for help along the touchline. Lions back in a defensive shell as Chattanooga comes forward again. The floater sent away. Chattanooga bringing a lot of pressure to open this second half. This is one of those matches. Chattanooga has been the better club. They've produced more shots. 3 on target, 4 corners. They've completed 87% of their 237 passes, but Rojas has been amazing. He's been forced into a few saves. Chattanooga's yet to find a finishing touch. Leon's goal in the 29th minute, the difference so far. Belgadere helped him finish that. Orlando has been really efficient, scoring on one of their 2 attempts on target. They've been comfortable defending. Chattanooga tries to knife this around a defender, and Damian Barker-John's feed cleared away beyond midfield from right to left for Orlando. Young Lions leading 1-0, 48th minute, halfway gone. They've got the football and work it behind midfield again for a reset. Chattanooga going to have to turn possession into quicker, more decisive attacks. Right now they're back in a bit of a defensive shell. If Chattanooga can continue to test Rojas and attack the fullbacks, it'll force Orlando to sit a little deeper. That's what they need to do here, is find a way to get Orlando back. They had him pinned back to start this second half. Now Orlando controlling at midfield. Lions sent across to the close side. Chattanooga wants to move forward with it. Interior feed poked away by Krell. Floater across, one bounce, and it hops to a Lion. Orlando, center field strike. Right on top of it, given off. And the ball on the back line, kept away from Barker-John. It's delivered to the keeper, Rojas, who skies it over the top. Chattanooga protects this as it'll roll back to Eldin Jakupovic. Rojas sent it all the way through to him in the other final third. Chattanooga's firmly in this, but the statistical advantage has to produce goals. On the back line with possession, Chattanooga, they trail 1-0 in the 50th minute. Chattanooga hasn't lost since May. Unbeaten in 6 straight. They'll try that long over the top. Chattanooga takes it down with possession, tries to finesse this around a defender, and it's sent off intentionally by Orlando. CFC will have to throw in. Sent across, Chattanooga down to the end line. Wanted to find a way to finesse that out front. Instead, Orlando going to clear it for a moment. OCB trying to keep this rolling out towards midfield defensively. They're leading 1-0 in the 51st minute. Here's an aerial play over the top. It rolls through, and Chattanooga's keeper picks this up, Eldin Jakupovic. Orlando is comfortable protecting this lead. They're just looking to attack in transition now. Next goal is enormous. An equalizer changes the entire complexion of this match. A second Orlando goal gives Chattanooga a very steep climb. Chattanooga needs to be more decisive in that final third. They've got to find a way to finesse 1 or 2 more passes through. Rojas kicks this away. He's been the most important man on the field. Luis Jean came on for Sorensen at the half, so some fresh energy at the left back spot. That was the only change for either one of these clubs. Orlando has been one of the best in the league shots on target. They're 4th overall, 2nd in scoring. Also one of the least penalized. No red cards against them this season. Chattanooga takes it at midfield. Alex Krell, long ball down for the 18. Here's a centering feed, poked over the top, and it goes wide, trying to go from left to right in front of the 6. In the 18, and that second feed had too much on it. It sails over the end line, and now the goalkeeper will control. Dished away. Shout out to Jabril Dubia. Sent across and collected by Chattanooga. That was a random shout out, I know. Jabril's out here checking out my TikTok profile. Here's a long feed across in front of the wing. Sent inside and intercepted perfectly just beyond the 18 by Orlando. Chattanooga's man goes down in the immediate whistle, and what a spot for the Chattanooga kick. Chattanooga awarded a kick in a prime zip code just yards outside of the 18. We'll call it 10 yards back from the wing as well. Orlando City B has allowed 4 penalty kicks this season. This is no penalty kick, but it's a great spot. They've been weak in this scenario as a whole, and they're weak against set pieces. Chattanooga, Robertson steps, fires the strike inside. It goes all the way through the 6 untouched. It rolls over the end line for goal kick. Everybody flashes boots, hands, gloves, heads. The ball is untouched on the delivery from Tate Robertson. And so leading 1-0 in the 55th minute, goal kick for Orlando City. Chattanooga, conversely, has been very efficient in a few different categories. They're also one of the least penalized in the league. 30th in offside calls against them, 30th in yellow cards against, only 1 red card against them as well. Puts them at 7th. Chattanooga with possession, working left to right down into the final third. Now in front of the 18, it's left off. From the edge of the wing, sent inside and gloved by Rojas again. Rojas, another stand on your head save. Take a bow, young man. He's been lights out so far. Long trip here from Central Florida. And the Floridian side is going to clear this away again. Chattanooga continues to dump pressure on him. Eventually, Chattanooga will break through if they can keep the heat turned up on Rojas. Even though I would say the Floridian side probably more used to the heat than Chattanooga can account for. Humid here today. It feels like Florida. That was the first thing I said to our media officer of Chattanooga Football Club when I arrived. CFC rolled across just beyond the wing. Boys in blue building out into the final third. Barker John leaves it off. Yves Chiap forward. Down through alongside the 18. Fought to the end line. Cuts around to defender. No call. He's grabbed by his kit and thrown to the turf. No call. The crowd can't believe it. I can't believe it. Chattanooga gets it back anyhow. Mangadov steps his way to the 18, hammered off a defender and off over the end line. 57th minute arrives. It's 1-0 Orlando. So a set piece for Chattanooga midway through the 57th as they trail 1-0 to Orlando. Sent long. This is gloved down inside. A big high grab by Rojas. He moves quick. Underway. Young Lions countering quickly through to midfield, over the line, left off in front of the circle. Chattanooga catches up and making life difficult. Mangadov tied up with the boots there of the defender. Gustavo Caraballo takes it away. And to the back line go the Lions. Good play by Gustavo Caraballo, a homegrown. Signed a contract with Orlando's first team in March of last year. At 16, the club's youngest ever first-team signee. Made his pro debut on March 1st of 2025. He set the record as the youngest player to appear for Orlando City SC. Played very well for Orlando City. 4 goals scored this season for the young midfielder. This is his 13th appearance. Sent across midfield. Lions, back line, center back. Taking their time, they lead 1-0 in the 59th minute. Almost a quarter of an hour gone in the second half. Chattanooga needs to make something happen. Alex McGrath gets a beautiful feed. Look at this piece of movement. Chattanooga into the 18. Barker John wasn't ready for the pass and loses it. Regathered on the end line. Centering feed. No one's there in the 6. And now it's cleared away by Orlando. Chattanooga sends it all the way back to midfield. It's a full reset. Now the bend over the top has too much sauce on it, and it's going to roll off. Goal kick for Orlando City B. '60th minute has arrived where it's 1-0 Young Lions. Orlando gets this moving from their own back third out of the 18. Down toward midfield, long feed. Tagged up, looking for somewhere to go. There's a lot of pressure, so they're going to go back to the back line again. Didn't like what they were seeing. Orlando centers it up. Chattanooga play way up for the pressure. Lions move this forward. Good pass. And it's off. Thrown in by Orlando. Moving it around on that back line, now trying for midfield. Lions had it moving for just a moment. Chattanooga does disrupt. One hour gone between these two sides. A quarter of an hour in this second half. It's 1-0 Young Lions. Ball is sent rocketing from midfield where the keeper Rojas just gloves it. Chattanooga has controlled every single volume stat. But Orlando's got the only line that matters. They lead 1-0. CFC leading 7-2 in shots, 5-2 in corners, 7-3 in crosses, but they're trailing. Orlando's generated only a pair of shots all night. quiet since the half. On cue, here's a long ball from the midfield area. It's gloved on the end line by Jakupovic. Visitors haven't needed that sustained attacking pressure. One sharp sequence back in the 29th minute was enough to put them out ahead. Chattanooga is just wondering if their pressure will eventually produce a breakthrough. Here's a long bend over the top from midfield, gathered in the final third by Chattanooga. Dribble, dribble, dribble into the 18. Long feed through to the 6, and no one there as it's intentionally booted off by the Young Lions, and that will elicit a corner for CFC. Can Orlando defend the same goal for another half an hour? It doesn't feel like it right now. It's definitely possible. They've been electric. Rojas has been lights out. Rojas has made more saves than his team has attempted shots. Here's the bend for the 6 by Chattanooga. Knocked around and off over the end line. 63rd minute remains 1-0 Orlando.
Substitution for the CFC.
Chattanooga may you change Garcia coming on for Mangarov.
Leading the game is number 10, Daniel Mangarov.
Daniel will get the change for Garcia.
63rd minute.
I mean, Orlando has scored on 50% of their shots on target. Well, taking 2 shots on target, they scored on one of them. It was a weird opportunity, and they might have another weird one here from midfield, building out quickly. Long ball down for the final third. Young Lions have got it. Into the 18 on the edge of it, stepping backwards. He's going to retreat and reset as they lead 1-0 in the 64th minute. Orlando City B across. Not liking the opportunity, so Tahrir Reed-Brown sends it across. And from the circle, he'll get it right back. One pass, now 2. Down toward the touchline. Belgadiri. Back line again. This time it's Gomez. Ignacio tried to fit it forward through in the 64th minute. And midfield. Back line of the Young Lions. Booted across. Trying to go forward all the way through. Eldin Jakupovic easily covers this up. Sent long, Chattanooga somehow finds Alex Krell. He turns and looking. Left off for Alex McGrath. Back door, what a beaut. It's off the side. Oh, Chattanooga creates the perfect opportunity and can't finish. In the 65th minute, it remains 1-0 for the Young Lions. That's as good of a chance as you're going to see. McGrath took it from Krell, goes back across, and it remains 1-0 Orlando City B. Well, you've got to change something. I think that changes your strategy for the rest of the match after that. I don't know what your next play is, what trick comes out of the hat next, but it's got to look different. Orlando City B wanted to go down the touchline, instead sent the other way. Everybody arguing the call. That was right in front of Section 109, one of the most famous supporter groups in American sports. The Chattahooligans. One of the oldest supporters groups in American sports. The 18th oldest in American soccer. Sent long down to the corner. Chattanooga tries to regather. Garcia played that well, and Krell even better as he does maintain possession. 67th minute, Chattanooga is running out of time. The sand moving quickly for the Lions. The Floridian side looking to escape with a 1-0 victory. 67th minute. Chattanooga, the corner coming. Everybody down on the right side. Orlando back in a defensive shell. CFC's Tate Robertson sends it along over the top. Nodded over the top. It went over the crossbar, volleyed onto the concourse where the kids were waiting on the Food City banner. Floated through a couple of quick plays. This rolls behind the circle and is handed off to Eldin Jakupovic. All the way over the top. Rojas could be in danger as he comes out. Chattanooga tried to gather down on the edge of the final third immediately, and Rojas came out to play it. But ultimately, the Young Lions are able to clear behind midfield and force Chattanooga into a reset look. Now back on the counter, Chattanooga for the corner. Striving for the end line. This is off, and the ball with Orlando City. The Floridians from in front of their own back third and 18-yard box. 1 pass, 2. 69th minute is here. It's 1-0 Lions. Circling behind center field. Brushing this back and forth and blown dead by our referee for a hydration break. It's 1-0 and the lead in the paws of Orlando City B and the Lions.
Looking for something fun for the whole family? Chattanooga FC has you covered. Bring everyone out to Finley Stadium for a night full of energy, excitement, and so much to do. It's a place where fans of all ages can come together and be part of something special. From the first whistle to the final moment, there's always something happening. Make it a night to remember with Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com.
The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. And NSBNsports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web.
Rep your club, rep your city. Chattanooga FC gear is the perfect way to show your pride every day. From t-shirts and hats to scarves and more, there's something for every fan. Whether you're at the match or out around town, you can wear the badge with pride. Stand out in the crowd and be part of the movement that makes this club special. Gear up today and take Chattanooga FC with you wherever you go. Shop now and represent Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com.
This is the National Sports Broadcast Network. Free and live sports from NSBNsports.com.
Delivered perfectly to the back of the net.
Now we go back to Gabriel Shaw for more live.
Just about done with our 71st minute, where it's 1-0 Orlando City B, and Chattanooga, in spite of some really nice quality chances in this second half, is running out of time. saw a scoring chance that I was certain would go. And it just went wide off of the side of the twine. Chattanooga trying to pour it on in the late stages against the Young Lions. They've got the ball at midfield and work it across their back line. Now here's a long delivery down the left touchline, tagged up and centered. They're just outside of the final third and instead go back to Isaiah Jones, who's on the midfield circle. Farid Sarsar, the veteran center back. Pushed it inside to the other end. Luis Jean looking for somewhere to go. Chattanooga 11 shots to the 2 of Orlando, 7 corners to the 2 of the Young Lions, but they trail. CFC has attempted 6 shots since the half without any of them being on target. Young Lions are through. Final third, pushed back out front of the 18. A little bit too much hand fighting for our referee, who is going to deliver a beautiful spot for the kick to Orlando. That is prime real estate, maybe 15 yards back from the area. Orlando City making the change. Parker Mumensa coming on in place of Titus Sandy Jr., the North Carolina native, to be replaced by the man from Lisle, Illinois. He's an Orlando City Academy product. Homegrown player turned pro with the club. A dozen season appearances last year in his first with the club. The pump and give for the Young Lions. They're going to go backward toward midfield in the 74th minute. It's 1-0. The pressure looks good statistically, but it's not forcing any action out of Rojas. They've got to find a way to get Rojas moving. Orlando hasn't attempted a shot since the first half. Chattanooga winning the shot count in the second half, 6-0. Orlando winning the second half passing count, 149-92. Chattanooga was leading that category at the half. They've only attempted those 90 passes. Orlando controlling the ball without threatening the goal. Chattanooga threatening the area without finding target. Orlando has controlled the rhythm. Chattanooga has produced the activity. CFC tries to go forward from midfield. Cut down on the call for the Scenic City. CFC will enjoy the kick from just beyond the stripe. Farid to the circle. McGrath forward through to the 18. It's loose inside of the area and dashed home by Chattanooga Football Club. Goal! Goal for Chattanooga Football Club. It's 1-1. Deadlocked late in the 75th minute. Luis Jean scores with a quarter of an hour left to play in regulation. Deadlocked at a goal apiece between Chattanooga and Orlando City B.
Cold flavor in the stands and bright choices on your way home. Blind Melon reminds you to drink responsibly. This is your last.
Chattanooga breaks through. Talk about the amount of pressure it took. 8 shots. 8 shots in this second half. No shots of the Young Lions. Think about that. None of those shots had been on target until Stevie Luis Jean screams down into the final third, finds a way to pump it through, and deadlock us at a goal apiece, taking us to the hydration break. Now a very, very different race to the finish line coming up Orlando City B is going to shift gears here very quickly and very drastically. The problem for Chattanooga is this is a side that doesn't need some time to get into rhythm. They are second in the league in scoring. They produced 40 goals, including that score in the first half of this match. They trail only to Crown Legacy in scoring this year in MLS Next Pro. They're going to come out swinging. They're going to give Chattanooga everything they've got for a quarter of an hour right here. CFC, meanwhile, has a couple of different choices. You know, you can let off the gas and say, okay, we've forced the shootout. That's not Richard Dixon style. That's not Chattanooga style. We're going to see Chattanooga continue to try and get through. But what this does is it's going to allow them to come off the counter a little bit. Chattanooga, we might see them play on the counterattack for midfield, and that extra space is basically what that looked like right there. That felt like a counter score would feel for Luis Jean. You got to remember, he's the left back. Came on at the half to take that spot in the back, finds a way to score. They like that play where they get those backs forward and let them finish. We saw Yves Chayev score a goal against Atlanta United in the U.S. Open Cup in similar fashion. It was a little more exciting. Deadlocked at a goal apiece as we've entered the 78th minute between Chattanooga and the Young Lions of Orlando City B. Back line for Orlando City B. Center back across to the right back, now forward to midfield. A skirmish as Chattanooga steals this. Stays on his boots somehow. Barker John has it poked away intentionally by Orlando City. The 79th minute has arrived, and everything feels different. Both sides are trying to figure out where they stand and what's going to come next. Momentum has turned sideways in an instant. Ball rolls all the way through to Eldin Jakupovic. He's going to hammer this long over the top. Rojas nods it into the air. Ball's loose in front of the area. The Young Lions possess for a moment, and through vacant space get a connection that will prevent the scoring chance by Chattanooga. Back to the 18 and across the front of the area. Certainly we'll see some stoppage time. Chattanooga's biggest threat right now is that Orlando City B goes in the bag of tricks and comes up with a nasty counter. They've got to be well aware that the Young Lions are very capable of this. The payoff has finally come for Chattanooga. Took us way up until the 78th minute. Young Lions forward, a good connection, double teamed by CFC, still fighting for it, knocked away. Isaiah Jones brings pressure all the way to the right back of the Young Lions and centered up inside of the circle. Orlando City knifes his way around a pair of defenders just in front of the 18, left off for the end line, no one there. Ball rolls back into the Dashers, and Eldin Jakupovic will control. Luis Jean, who came on at the half, scored in the 75th minute. Tate Robertson provided the good feed. And that change made by Richard Dixon at the break changed this match. First shot on target in the second half became the equalizer. Deadlocked at a goal apiece as we've wrapped up our 80th minute and begun our 81st minute of play between Orlando and Chattanooga. Orlando struck efficiently, very limited opportunities. Chattanooga poured it on and scored with sustained pressure. CFC nods over the top. Back line center back to Rojas. Well done. It was nodded into the air by Chattanooga. Nodded through to Rojas by Judelson. Orlando native looking good for them today. Chattanooga 12 shots to 2, a 6-1 advantage. Also 4-2 shots on goal and 7-2 corners, Chattanooga lead. Orlando still only 2 total attempts, and they haven't registered a shot in this second half. I will tell you, though, a shot could be very deadly. Last time these two played, it was 5-2 Orlando. 5 goals scored. Today, 1-1. 82nd minute just beginning. Bent out of the 18. It's out front of the final third of Orlando. They've got the ball. Young Lions. The left back in some danger. Trying to clear that out of there. Chattanooga takes it up. Krell down for the penalty. Or Chattanooga's man cut down to the call. Chattanooga's man tied up from behind goes down. McGrath will not receive the call. It's going to be against Chattanooga.
Substitution for Orlando City B. Entering the game is number 70, Justin
Gustavo
Hilton.
Caraballo will be replaced by Justin Hilton, the 18-year-old from Miami. Came through the Orlando City B Academy before turning professional. 14 appearances last year for the Young Lions after he made his debut on June 1st, 2025. Caraballo, the Venezuelan-born midfielder, a nice day today, his 13th appearance of the season. Ball sent across the back line after the free kick. Orlando City B in their own 18. 83rd minute, halfway gone, deadlocked at a goal apiece between these two. Chattanooga riding a 6-match unbeaten streak. 33 table points, 4th in the Eastern Conference, trailing the 3rd place Young Lions of Orlando City B. One of these clubs walks out of here tonight alone in 3rd place, both of them with 33 points in the Eastern Conference. Chattanooga jumped 5 spots in the power rankings this week. They went from the 10th spot to the 5th, just like that. Their largest leap ever in MLS Next Pro's power rankings. Chattanooga strafing down the left wing, set inside of the 18, poked away in vacant space. Orlando City B regathers down near the corner. Sent up to the edge of the wing, rolled through to the front of the 18. Chattanooga dispossesses him. Left off out front, they've got it, streaking for the area, through to the 6, hammered off of the keeper and cleared. Down on the penalty arc, Young Lions nod this one toward the circle. Chattanooga's got it again. Danger on the spot. Their man goes down. It's wide, no call. And the ball to Orlando City B. I can't believe that's not a penalty. Huge amount of physicality.
CFC substitution. Entering the game is number 18.
Watching it back on the video board now in the venue.
Leaving the game is number 47. Isaiah Jones.
It's hard to tell from the replay even. Gonna have to go with the referee without a clear view. A couple of changes. Yuzukiewski has come on. Yuval Cohen as well.
Both substitutions taking place in the 85th minute.
Chattanooga has got Orlando City B pressed back into a defensive shell in their own final third. 85th minute is halfway gone. Deadlocked at 1 goal apiece between Chattanooga and Orlando. The Floridians with possession. They'll send it back into their own area. Now back to the end line near the corner on the close side. Playing keep away. Chattanooga's Yves Chiap steals it away in the 18. Down near the end line. Cohen out front. Cleared from the 6. It's stolen by the Young Lions and sent away. Healed by Yuzukiewski. Looking for a connection with Farid Sarsar. The Argentinian was waiting for it. They're going to say the ball last touched by the Young Lions, thrown into Yuzukiewski. He's on loan and has been a special piece for this Chattanooga football club. 86th minute arrives, deadlocked a goal apiece between these two. Yuzukiewski playing pitch and catch with Farid. Sarsar walks it forward once, twice, then goes to the circle. Chattanooga still trying to find their way from midfield. Happy to rest on this for a moment. Down to the far touchline, walking it towards the wing. Now in the final third. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Hits the brakes. 2 defenders there. Sent back to the circle. Farid. He'll take this near the close touchline in front of the bench of the Lions. Aired over the top. This one nods it to himself into the 18. Chattanooga fighting for the 6. Somehow brushed away by Orlando. It'll be thrown in by Chattanooga. 87th minute opens in a deadlocked match that's 1 goal apiece. The sun setting, cresting over Lookout Mountain behind us. Chattanooga, back line. Eldin Jakupovic is almost standing at the midfield circle. Farid across to Chayap, Eves to Huzakiewski. Luke seeing the pressure of Orlando City B and the Lions. Sent long down to the wing on the far side, and it's lost over the touchline. Ball to the Floridians. Scenic City steals it right back. Chattanooga. Huzakiewski hits the brakes and hands it off. Chayap, centered. McGrath, the captain. Back line, Farid. Goes across once, then twice. Chattanooga taking their time, trying to finesse this through. It's stolen by the Young Lions. Couldn't find a way through the circle. Chattanooga possesses again. Sarsar to McGrath. Alex wants to enter this. Going to be bent long over the top by Huzakiewski. Just beyond the wing, Chattanooga cuts to the inside. Thrown through. Service into the 18, and Orlando busted up near the end line. 88th minute is halfway gone in a deadlocked match at a goal apiece. Sent for the edge of the area, cleared by Orlando. Lions got it moving, kept away from Yves Chayap. How about the footwork on the boots of Ignacio Gomez? Still going, Orlando from right to left. Down to the final third, Chattanooga dispossesses him, but only for a moment. Regathered in vacant space, sent to the front of the 18, dribbling, walking, fired across the top and knotted out of there by Chattanooga, vying for possession, and the call in favor of CFC to open the 89th minute sends the ball their way. So the ball with Chattanooga. Yves Chayap from behind the circle to Farid. Sarsar at the midfield stripe. Aired it out, nodded away. Orlando City. Down near the corner. Skied over the top. Regathered by Chattanooga. Sarsar tries this to the far side. Chattanooga Football Club wants to cut it into the 18 and instead dispossessed. Vying for possession along the touchline, the ball goes to Orlando. 2 changes for the Floridians.
Substitution, Orlando City B.
Gomez is going to be replaced by Trombino. Caleb, a youth academy product. Gomez will come out of the match.
Caleb Trombino. Leaving the game is number 90, Pedro Layout. Those subs taking place at 90th.
Pedro Leon, the goal scorer, has come out of the match. Leon scored way back in the 29th minute. They held that lead for a large swath of this match. Leon, that was his 8th goal of the season for this side. A really nice piece. 5 minutes of stoppage time as we have reached 1.5 hours played between these two. Still deadlocked at a goal apiece between Chattanooga and Orlando. CFC is on a 6-match unbeaten streak. Not only unbeaten in July, but the entire month of June, they haven't lost since May. Both of these teams are fighting for 3rd place in the Eastern Conference, both with 33 points in the league table. Orlando keeps it away from Chattanooga in their own back third. Dished to Tate Robertson. The man from Springfield sees it popped away from his possession in traffic. Orlando comes down with it. We're playing on. Center field, this is unable to be finessed around Huzakowski initially. He popped it into the air, worked back into the 18, and controlled by Chayup, who gives it to LD. Jakupovic gets it right back from Eves. 92nd minute has arrived. We've already played a minute of our added time. Orlando, the best defense, a good offense. They're on the attack. Working from right to left, Young Lions. Huzakowski draws a call against Chattanooga. This thing is really feeling like shootout.
Fans, remember to stick around for the party on the pitch taking place immediately after second half action concludes.
Luis Jean scored the 35th goal of the season for Chattanooga. 92nd minute, about to become the 93rd. 1-1. Young Lions. 20 yards back from the area. Ben Long over the top, nodded straight up. He tries with a bicycle, and it's blown dead anyhow. Goal kick, Jakupovic in Chattanooga. Sent long. Tried to control. Rolled forward. Down into the final third. Chattanooga loses this. Orlando clears it to midfield. Can't knife around a defender, and CFC does take it away. Chayup with a nice play. He went to Huzakowski. 1 pass, 2. 3 for Chattanooga Football Club. 93rd minute becomes the 94th. Still 1 goal apiece. Chattanooga long delivery to Farid Sarsar. Walking his way down to the final third. Farid, the Argentinian, through to the spot, and it's knocked wide. Rolls over the end line, and we remain deadlocked. However, that'll provide great opportunity for Chattanooga on the corner from the close side. Tate Robertson to deliver the set piece. This is a specialty of this Chattanooga Football Club. Farid, the 6'5" center back, is just outside of the 6-yard box. And our referee doing some traffic control. Halfway done with their 94th minute. She signals Robertson. Everybody down in the right end. Robertson bends it over the top, backside of the 6, knocked away and cleared by the Young Lions of Florida. Orlando City back in a shell. Chattanooga airs this out. Knotted inside, and Rojas gloves this down to the turf on the end line to open the 95th. Forward goes Orlando City B. Quick pass down across. Working with it, Young Lions down to the final third and alongside the 18. This is off over the end line. Well played by Chattanooga defensively. 95th minute, halfway gone. The call was for 5 minutes of stoppage time, so this could wrap up at any moment, deadlocked at a goal apiece. Jakupovic sends this away from the 6-yard box. McGrath nods it through, and no one there after the collision. Here comes our referee. She's coming to get a head check, I believe. Yeah, calling for medical. They're going to send him off for evaluation. She comes over and is having none of it. To hear Reed Brown, the back is sent off. And the ball is dropped in front of Rojas. Cohen will rush him. That does take us through to full time in this one. They played 95 minutes, 50 seconds, 1.5 hours gone. When we return, a shootout and a chance to take the extra point. Third place in the Eastern Conference is on the line in Chattanooga, Tennessee, between Orlando and CFC.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. And ESPNSports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Become a part of the Chattanooga FC family. Season tickets are available now, offering you the best seats and exclusive perks. Enjoy priority access, special events, and much more. Whether you're a die-hard fan or new to the game, there's a place for you with CFC. Visit cfctix.com and secure your season tickets today. Together, we're unstoppable. And together, we make every game an event to remember. Chattanooga FC, where loyalty meets passion.
Everyone can help keep our roads safe. When I'm making a wide turn in my bus, I'll remember to be careful. Please give me plenty of space to finish my turn before you drive ahead. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Meet Keith, loving dad, board game champ, bus driving pro.
I drive 65,000 miles in my bus each year. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like how there are some things I simply can't see. On my route the other day, a car tried to sneak past me and ends up right in my blind spot. I turned slowly, so accident avoided. But no car should be in the blind spot.
This is the National Sports Broadcast Network. Free and live sports from NSBNSports.com.
Delivered perfectly to the back of the net.
Now we go back to Gabriel Schrein for more live coverage.
And the shootout starts with a save by Rojas. Chattanooga shoots first, and Rojas makes the save against Tate Robertson to open us up. That's knocked away, battered almost straight back. Eldin Jakupovic replaces Rojas in goal. And that's going to take us to who else? The goal scorer today, Leon. Pedro has scored 8 goals this season and can give a 1-0 advantage in the shootout to start to his Lions. Leon staring down Eldin. 4 careful steps back. Chatta hooligans are loud. Fired, and Jakupovic makes the save. We're scoreless after a shooter apiece in Tennessee. The stakes couldn't be higher. We're midway through the season, coming into the back stretch of it. Third place in the Eastern Conference is on the line between Chattanooga and Orlando City B. This match ended in a draw, 1 goal apiece. Alexis Arua. Rojas is shuffling back and forth. Quickly fired. Arua sneaks this one through. Low left side. A quick laser. Chattanooga leads the shootout 1-0. Second shooter to go for the Young Lions. Jakupovic is ready to face him. The signal. Approaches, shuffles, stops, and fires over the top just under the crossbar. It's 1 apiece after 2 shooters apiece. Parker Amua-Mensah, beautifully done. And gets a little bit of veteran celebration from Eldin Jakupovic. First class, the veteran congratulating him on the make. Yuval Cohen steps to the spot for Chattanooga. He is the 3rd shooter for Chattanooga. 2 have already gone for both sides. We're deadlocked at a make apiece. Rojas between the sticks, making himself look big. Not that he isn't already a big guy. Yuval, aside, steps, stops, fires the same spot and gets it to go. 2 in a row. Top side to the left, just under the crossbar. Chattanooga is leading CFC leading the shootout 2-1 as here comes the 3rd shooter for Orlando City B. The Young Lions, Jakupovic between the sticks. The signal. Approaches, fires over the top, and gets it to go with no effort. Deadlocked at 2 makes apiece between Orlando and Chattanooga, as both have used up 3 shooters. Huzakowski is next for Chattanooga Football Club. Huzakowski approaches, stutters, and fires perfectly to the right side. It's 3-2, Chattanooga lead in the shootout. That was Chattanooga's 4th shooter. Now the 4th shooter comes from the Young Lions of Orlando City B. Brady Kendall, the midfielder. Born in 2009, he's a Florida native and a homegrown. He's got to make this. He steps back 5 even paces. Kendall shuffles, fires, and gets it to go just off the fingertips of Jakupovic. Eldin made the right play and just couldn't get his glove down in time. And like that, we are tied at 3 apiece in the shootout, and it takes us to the final shooter of 5 for Chattanooga. Now, if this does end deadlocked, then it goes on into singles series. One at a time, they go back and forth until somebody makes it and someone doesn't. But for the moment, Chattanooga still in good positioning. If they can make this and get the save, they win. They do have to make this, though. Otherwise, it's obviously a very bad position to be in. Farid, just inside of the penalty arc, leans, walks, stepping, walking, shuffling, fires, and it's saved by Rojas! Rojas makes the save. What a day for the keeper. And Orlando City B's Young Lions, the Floridian side in Tennessee, can salvage this and remain 3rd in the Eastern Conference with a make. In front of the iconic home crowd, the Chattahooligans, they're rumbling and making noise. The final shooter selected, Rojas alongside him as he approaches and gets set. Caleb Trombino, he scored a goal this season. 4 short steps. The final shooter for the Lions. The signal, shuffles left, approaches, steps, fires over the top, and the Young Lions take the point. Orlando City B wins in the shootout, and they will remain 3rd in the Eastern Conference, handling Chattanooga Football Club on their home field in a close one. A match that came right down to the wire. Great play today by Chattanooga Football Club. Orlando City B, congratulations to the Young Lions who remain 3rd in the Eastern Conference with a shootout win. And thanks to you for being with us at Finley Stadium in Chattanooga. A fun day between these two sides and a fun day for Pro Side Soccer and MLS Next Pro as these two take it right down to the wire. So many great matches coming up throughout the course of the season for Chattanooga Football Club. Be sure to be with us for remaining home matches, ChattanoogaFC.com. Click onto the tickets tab. Philadelphia Union, Atlanta United 2, Carolina Core, and Atlanta again, all coming here in Tennessee, and some fun close road trips as well, including a match against Atlanta on the road and Huntsville. Both going to be great trips. Of course, we'll have radio coverage for almost every match throughout the remainder of the season. You can find all of our broadcasts on Mixlr. They're all up and scheduled right now. Thanks for being with us. Follow along with the club at Chattanooga FC for updates, scores, tickets, special deals, social media highlights, and so much more. I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long for the Young Lions, all of the fans, and your Chattanooga Football Club from Tennessee.
Today's broadcast presentation is the property of the National Sports Broadcast Network and NSBNsports.com. This broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or distributed in any form without the express written consent of NSBN. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. For permissions or licensing, please contact NSBN. We appreciate you tuning in.